Well, Cats was the first production on this stage after the Hoogland opened that the Hoogland produced. And it was a beautiful example of inner artistic collaboration, because we did it as a theater production, but in concert with what was then the ballet company, which is now the Copper Coin Ballet. And we had 3 choreographers and ballet dancers who performed, and artists who painted the cats' bodies on their leotards, and all of the wonderful things that happen about theater. But it was a great example of what the Hoogland was really trying to bring together, and that was multiple artists as a home under one roof. Beautiful, which is the production you see behind you now, is another example of the evolution of the Hoogland, where we are really working to reach out to the community, to not just include veteran performers on stage, but performers who otherwise might not come in an audition. Because the Hoogland is all about making a home for artists where they're comfortable to practice their wonderful art, whether it be dance or visual arts or music. So that's been my evolution, I would say, as I have watched the Hoogland beautifully develop over the last 20 years. Well, one of my favorites was certainly Sunday in the Park with George. I did that in collaboration with my dear friend Dave Shaw, who is no longer with us. But I mean, nobody had an eye for color like he did. So he dressed the stage with George Seurat. And it was a beautiful, beautiful piece. You can see the pictures out in the hallway. And just watching that art come together with the magnificent performers that were in it is certainly one of my favorite moments. I have other favorite moments, though. I did before, it was 2016, I think I did Godspell. And, the kids that were in it are amazing. Like Stella Cole is now out being a professional songstress, and John Love, who played Jesus in the production, is the musical director for Second City and travels all over the world, and just the other wonderful people who were in it. And to watch kids and young people who grew up and practiced their art here at the Hoogland and then move out into the world, exploring their artistry. That is, of course, one of the most fulfilling experiences. Well, the wish is that we will continue to evolve, that we'll be able to, this is a large superstructure to maintain, and that we'll, continue to make, not just make sure the elevators work, but also that we're able to evolve and bring the newest lighting technology and other technology to the theater. So artists of all kinds, visual artists and dancers and theater artists and musicians, have a home, and that it is seen as a home throughout this city for groups that maybe have never thought that the theater was for them, but that they will feel welcome when they walk in the door. I have to tell you that recently I did a production of Our Town, and the woman who played the stage manager in it is a physician in town. She had been my physician, and I wanted a woman of color in the lead who was seen as a wisdom leader in the community, so I asked her if she would do it. She just wrote me, and it's a year ago now that we did this, and she said, that show, and she'd never been on stage before, all right? She said, it changed my view of life. It changed my view of how we move as people in the world. and how we move amongst each other. Well, I loved that comment, of course, and I also think that's what the arts are about, that we appreciate how we learn more about each other, and we learn how we move amongst each other and support each other in common humanity to make the world a better place.